Hi, good morning and good evening, everyone. Yesterday we have completed with hierarchical relationship. Before that, many to many, master detail, and lookup relationship. These are very important concepts in Salesforce. Now today we will see roll-up summary. It is also a data type like relationship, other data types. So before going further, once we will check what is relationship between account and case. Where to go to check relationship between account and contact?
Schema builder and a quick find.
Account and case. Auto layout. Now relationship between account and case is lookup. Okay, this is the lookup relationship. So go to that account. Now which one is parent and which one is child here?
Account is parent and contact is child.
How you can say that?
Because account is mapped to contact, so one to many.
So now
One account can have many contacts.
lookup field is available in account object or contacts object.
In contact.
If you click new, this one, right?
Yeah.
It is asking for account name. Now if you take case, what is the relationship between account and case?
Lookup.
We don't have case here. Now what to do?
Click the plus sign. Customize my tabs.
Add case. Now cases, go to cases. If you click case, there will be account or not?
Yeah.
So if you delete account record, will it allow now?
Standard objects is not allowing the deletion, even though it is a lookup relationship.
Okay, now this is the account record. For this account record, any cases are there? Two cases.
Yeah, two cases.
If you delete this account, what message you will get? Your attempt to delete this account could not be completed because it is associated with the following cases. If following cases table is empty, then you can delete, right? If there are no cases linked with this account, you can delete this account, it is saying, right? Is it correct? Is it correct? Why it is doing like that? Go to cases, click new. Here, is this mandatory or not? This account name is mandatory here for cases.
It's a lookup relationship. So
Can we make this mandatory?
yeah,
By
Yes.
default, it won't. We can make it mandatory, right?
yeah.
Yes.
If we make lookup field mandatory required in lookup relationship, if we try to delete the parent record associated, it will be associated with child record. That time it won't allow. Even though it is not available, mandatory, this is not happening. Why this is not happening? So this we have said, right? Many clients has requested Salesforce to give this functionality. This is important question. They will ask in interview. Because lookup field is not mandatory. Even though lookup field is not mandatory, if we delete parent record, it is not allowing. Getting? If you do it on this, if lookup field is mandatory, if you do on custom objects, these are the standard objects, right? If you take custom object, between hiring managers and positions, which relationship is there?
Lookup.
Lookup.
So on which object we can see lookup field?
Position.
Now it is mandatory, it will not allow. If you make it optional,
It will allow.
this is clear, right?
Yeah.
On standard object, Salesforce can do, but on custom object, it works as per the functionality. If this field is optional, if you delete parent record, child record will get deleted or it won't delete.
Won't delete.
Let us see. Hiring manager field, how to make it optional? Where to go?
By editing
Editing.
under the custom fields and relations, view fields.
Can everybody is able to get this, right? Because this only.
Yeah. Deselect the subject.
Require.
Save it.
I think we have to choose clear the value in the lookup field. We have selected don't allow deletion
Okay.
in that field. Hiring manager. Clear the value of this field.
Okay. Now, hiring manager is parent, right?
Yeah.
Harshini applied for any position. Office administrator. If we delete here, office admin should delete or not?
No, it will not get deleted because it is a lookup and it is not mandatory.
Is deleted.
Harshini deleted. Office admin is like that only, right?
Yeah.
So did you observe how functionality is working? On standard object, lookup field is not mandatory.
Yeah.
Even though lookup field is not mandatory, it is not allowing parent record to delete. Got it? Any,
Yes.
any confusion? Everybody, please try to understand.
No,
No, it's clear.
no, it's clear.
Because you have to understand this kind of functionality only. Because they understand difference between custom objects and standard objects. Both are different. Custom objects we have created, it works as per the functionality, but on standard object, they have included this functionality as per the client requirement. That's why it is not allowing to delete parent records. Even though lookup field is optional on child record, it is not allowing to delete. Is it clear? Now,
Yes.
I have one question in page layouts. What we will do now? Policies, right? In the page layouts, how to go to page layout?
Edit now.
Why it is not opening?
Click on the record and then edit layout.
How many layouts we can create for a page, for an object? Our page layout is at object level or it is normal. For example, by using page layout, we can make fields mandatory or not.
Yeah, we can make.
Yes.
If you make field mandatory in page layout, will it be mandatory for object? Will it become mandatory for objects? Will it become mandatory for object? We can make field required, right? By using page layout.
Yeah.
So now we go here. View fields. Can we create field from here?
Yeah.
How to create?
Under custom fields and relationships. New.
We create one text field. Something. Want to check? Just and then something. I'm not making it required. I want to make it required through page layout. When you are creating field, what it will ask?
Field level security
Level
and
This,
page layout.
this we are applying for profiles, right?
Profiles, yeah.
Next, what it will ask?
Page layout.
Page layout.
So here we have only one page layout, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
We can create other page layouts here or not for an
yeah,
app.
we can
Yes.
create. Yeah.
So why we create page layouts?
Because each department
Restricted
should see different types of fields, so we can specify that fields in one layout and assign it to the particular department like that.
Lakshmi or Geeta saying something.
Restricted to someone.
Restricting what?
Object. That page layout to some objects.
Okay, now you want to restrict object or field?
Page layout.
Field.
Who said fields?
Amala, me.
Object can be restricted at to what level? Object can be restricted at what level? Object or tab?
Application.
Level.
That means profile level.
Yes.
Field can be restricted at what level?
Object level.
That means page
Objects.
layout is useful for what?
Fields.
Page layout is to restrict access for what?
Object.
Object or field?
Field. Fields.
So if you include that field in the page layout, then only you can, by using page layout, you can restrict the field level access, right?
Yes.
Now, page layout is at what level? Page layout,
Object.
think one more time. If you use page layout, you can restrict object access or field access.
Field access.
Field access.
So now we have created one field. That is an optional field. In the optional field, we want to make this test mandatory, right?
Yeah.
So now I am making it mandatory. Like this, I am making it required. Okay.
Okay.
Now save this. Test mandatory. Now it became mandatory here. How to create other page layout? How to create page layout?
View object.
View object.
Yeah.
Okay.
And here page layout, under page layout. Yeah, here new.
page.
Taking existing page layout, I am creating, or I will create none. I will create test page.
We have to select existing page layout, right? Only then we can.
Otherwise, it will not select. If you don't select, it will not give. It gave, right? Either
Oh,
you can select existing one or you can create your new.
No.
Okay, but even this page layout will be applied only to the policy object, right? Even if we don't clone it.
So now, yeah, I didn't get your question.
Like if we don't select existing page layout, even though this one will be applied only to the policy object.
Yeah, policy, we can use this page layout in the policy object only.
Okay, so what is the point in cloning the object then?
Now you want to use some fields. You want to use 90 fields. You don't want to use 10 fields. That time you can remove only 10 fields, right? Otherwise, you have to
Okay.
include 90 fields.
Oh, okay.
Removing
Okay.
10 is easy.
Okay. Okay.
Now we have made test field as test mandatory as required. Now you have included that field here. Is it mandatory here?
No.
No.
Why this is happening like this? Why this functionality is like this?
Because we have made it mandatory in the one of the layout in policy layout.
So whenever you make field mandatory in any page layout, that is at page layout level only, not in the object, right?
Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
We have discussed 2 points. What are those 2 points? Before we have discussed one. What is that? One is if you make
Mandatory.
at page layout level, it will be applicable only to that page layout, not to the object. One more point we have discussed. Even I forgot that.
We can restrict field level access by using page layout, by making mandatory in the page layout.
Okay, for this one is same, right? Just now I said that point. First I said that point. Second I came to this. What is that point? Just now I said, because in interview, one of the interview, they asked this question yesterday. Two points I said, for to say 2 points we came here. One is field is mandatory. Second one is, first I said that one. Anyone can recollect? We went here first, clicked on record, then edit layout we went. Why we went here and created page layout or what? Created field. Created field. No.
We made the field mandatory here.
Yeah. So that only I think only one point. Okay, remember this point. So here we have to be very clear, like this understanding is very important. If you understand this, everything will be clear. Yesterday we have discussed that. First thing is application level, right?
Yeah.
Then object
level.
tab. Then
Field
field.
level.
Field level.
Here page layout. Access you have to remember above this instance and region.
Region.
So all our class summary is this only. We are moving around this. Whatever you do, that is for internal understanding what happens. Based on that only your interview will be there. They don't ask you how to create page layout, how to create field, how to create object and relationships. there won't be direct question. They will ask you internally what happens. Okay, that internal understanding is important. Okay, now we have seen account and cases. That functionality you understood. Now, what is relationship between account and opportunity?
Look up.
Why look up? Why account?
Because
Which one is parent? Which one is child?
Account is a parent.
Opportunity
Opportunity
is
is
child.
child.
So now you will have lookup field.
Yeah.
Come out. An opportunity lookup field will be there, right?
Yes.
Right.
So account name is there. Now, if you want to check what opportunities are there for the account, where to check? Now, I want to check what are the opportunities are for a account. How to check that?
go to the account
Go to
record.
accounts and related list.
Open any related list, we can check. One opportunity is there. If you delete account record, opportunity record will get deleted or not? If you delete account record, opportunity record will get deleted or not?
Yeah, it will get deleted
It get deleted.
Why?
because the lookup is
Mm.
made mandatory. Because in standard objects, it does like that.
This functionality just now we discussed, right? For standard object, Salesforce has applied this functionality. Lookup field is
Yeah,
lookup field is optional here. This field is optional, not mandatory. If mandatory is there, like this,
okay.
it won't get deleted. Because for all standard object, now we can apply roll-up summary field on the opportunity object between account and opportunity. What is that roll-up summary? It is a data type.
Count.
When we are creating field, we can select roll-up summary as data type. Which relationship is there between position and candidate object?
Master detail.
Master detail.
So it have position ID, position name, location like this. In the position object, we have created this, but we want to create one more field card. We can create one more field here. Here view fields are to create field.
Yeah, view field.
Currency. Label. For every position, there will be maximum or minimum budgets. Maximum budget will be there. Based on that only they will give salary. Our negotiation happens based on the budget for that position. Organizations keep the target. For this position, we can pay this much. We have this much budget. If you ask less, they will give less. If you ask more, they will say we don't have that much budget. Better ask more salary, come to negotiation. Now, I have a table like this. In this table, they have some positions. They have maximum budget like this. I kept in INR. So if you observe this table, for the Salesforce developer position, they have 14 lakhs budget. They have given that position ID as P001. P002 Salesforce testing, P003 Java developer, and these positions are there. But these positions, candidates can apply, right? Different candidates will apply for this position, right?
Yeah.
So Ram has applied, Pawan has applied for Salesforce developer position. Santosh applied for Salesforce architect position. Kiran and Suresh applied for Salesforce admin position. Now, how many people applied for Salesforce developer position?
2.
How many applied for this one Salesforce architect?
1.
Only
1.
one person.
How many applied for admin position?
2.
How you are calculating?
Based on the position ID.
How you are doing that? How you did?
Because the same
By
position
counting.
ID is applied to multiple person.
Okay, what you did? No, means
Count.
we did something.
Counting. Yeah.
Mapping, sir.
What? Somebody said.
Mapping, sir.
Sorry?
One to many like that. Mapping, sir. One is to
Is there. That
the
is
relationship.
there. But how you counted? How you counted? How you counted? We followed one way to count. How you counted? You counted in this way or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any other way to count?
No.
There won't be any other way. What you did here? You grouped this, right?
Yes.
You grouped this first. In the first step, you grouped this. If you don't group this, can you count?
No.
It is not possible. Same thing, how human think, technology also will be in the same way. First, you have to group. Then count, right?
Count. Yeah.
First group, then count. So might be we might have high IQ. We can do this even without grouping. You directly counted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But internally it happened in your brain. You don't know. We don't know that internally it happened. But if you want to apply through algorithm or programming, you have to do in this way, or you can directly count.
Yeah.
First you have to group it, then count.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same logic is applied here. If in a table, if you have 5 positions, if 5 candidates are applied for the same position, if you want the count the number of candidates, like whenever you applied in LinkedIn, immediately what it will show? Number of people applied for this position. So or not?
Yeah.
How it is happening? Because there is a count. What we call this in general terms? In general terminology. Aggregate functions, right?
Yeah.
So now 5 positions are there, we can easily calculate. But if hundreds of records are there, we have to use some function, right? Like
Yeah.
we can apply count and we can bring the result. It collects all child records, divide child records into group based on the position ID. It aggregate records into groups, records into small groups based on parent ID. That's why we named it as roll-up summary. It is summarizing. Summarizing means what? Splitting records into groups. Once records are splitted into groups, it applies the functionality. It performs the operations. Those operations are called roll-up types. There are different roll-up types in Salesforce. Roll-up is nothing but aggregation, count,
Some min max.
sum, min, max. These are the 4 summary types, roll-up summary types, roll-up types in Salesforce. In normal programming, we call this as aggregate function. So in BTech, 4 years are there. If you want to calculate percentage, each year 2 semesters, 8 semesters. Each semester 6 subject, 8 into 6, 48 subject. We get the percentage. Based on total marks, we are going to calculate the on total mark performing some operations. First, what it will do, aggregation function, it collects data as input. It collects data as input. Divide and split into group based on the ID. Perform operation on the data. For P1 position, 2 people applied. For P4, 1. For P5, 5. And it produces 1 value as a result. In roll-up summary, we summarize child records based on the parent record ID. And we store that value on the parent object. Where we can store? For example,
The parent object.
now you have candidates and positions. You have to apply roll-up on parent or child.
Parent.
The parent.
Result will be on parent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many candidates applied for this position? You should get on parent, not on
Yeah.
child. But here we'll have reference, right? Position
Yes.
ID will be there.
Yeah.
You can enter any data for roll-up summary fields.
No, no.
No, it's a read only.
It done internally. Internally,
Yeah.
Salesforce calculate values and store in the object. Even if you are a system administrator as well, okay, I'm great. Can I do it? No.
No.
It is system generated field, like created by, modified by. Count is used to counting number of records. Sum is sum of all numeric values. How much total budget? This is for counting how many students are there or how many members are applied for a position. Min is to find smallest value, max is to find highest value. Where you can apply roll-up summary?
In the
Only-
master
only
object,
on
parent object.
master detail. It is applicable on parent object. If that should have master detail relationship, roll-up summary you cannot directly apply on any object. It is not possible. And that too you can apply only on parent object. Where relationships are applied?
Relationships are applied on child object.
Child object,
You take child object, then you will map to parent object.
parent object.
Parent object.
But roll-up summary, you have to apply on parent object.
Parent object.
Parent object.
Parent object.
You are getting that view in your mind, brain or not? I am.
Yeah,
Got it.
If you go to child object, there we can see one lookup field with that, what is that called? One glass symbol will be there. What is that symbol? Such symbol. So in
Yeah.
the same way, if you apply roll-up summary, what we will get? Can
nothing will be there.
there we can see only one column name, that whatever we give. Are you getting this?
Yeah,
So how many lookups you can apply for a
Object.
object? 40 lookups you can apply. How many master detail?
2.
2,
How many roll-ups?
25.
25.
And that object should have master detail relationship with other object.
Yeah,
An object can have maximum, these are the governor limits, important questions. An object can have maximum of 25 roll-up summary fields, read only. These are system generated fields. What are the other system generated fields in Salesforce?
auto number, ID,
ID
created by last person.
roll-up summary,
Owner.
formula fields. These are the auto generated. We use those features, and in the object it will automatically come. So now we will do roll-up summary field. We apply roll-up summary field to see number of candidates applied for each position. How to see that? What we need for that? We need a parent object position. We need a child object. Social, which object should I go now?
Position.
Position, view fields.
New.
New roll-up summary.
It will show roll-up summary field here or not?
Yeah, it will show.
If I go to candidates, it will show roll-up summary field.
No,
No.
Why it won't show?
because it is a child
That
object.
is not a correct.
Let us see it will show or not. I don't know. See, it is available,
And
but
it does not have master detail with any other object. So it doesn't show.
it is deactivated.
Yeah, detail.
You cannot create this type of field on this object because it is not the master in master detail relationship. These are the interview questions, direct questions they don't ask. They ask questions like this. Now go to position object, view fields. roll-up summary. I want to count number of people applied for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number of
Candidates.
candidates. Click next. Summarized object. Candidate.
Edit.
Count.
Count.
You give criteria as well. First, we will see all records. It should be visible to all profiles. Next, where it should get. Next option, what it will show.
Page layout.
Roll-up summary and number of candidates. Save. Now, where you see this? Where you can see
The position object.
And
if I click this, what it should show?
number of candidates.
Because there is no candidate who has applied for office admin.
Here it is log symbol,
Yeah.
because you cannot edit this. It is generated, system generated. See, for system generated, we have log symbol.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to test it, what you have to do?
We have to create candidates for this office admin position.
For Salesforce architect, how many applied? See,
3.
A.
is it correct or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's correct.
Now, this is how we can work with roll-up summary. So now what you can do is you can create one field. You create one field. Create a field on candidate object where give checkbox. In this checkbox, immediately available or not. Yes, if it is immediately available, yes. Means you will give checkbox, right? You
Yeah.
will give an option immediately available. Then if you give that checkbox, if you check that, that means he is immediately available. Now I want to know how many people are immediately available. You can do that, right?
Yeah.
So now what we have to apply? What we have to apply? So now what I will do is here, rather checkbox, I will give pick list. What I will give in the pick list? Immediate notice period I will give for this pick list. Label I will give notice period. I will give notice period.
We can also give checkbox, right? In the criteria, we can mention like notice period equals true. when it can execute it. We can do that also, right?
Yeah, you can do here what I want. You can do in that way as well. Now what I want to do, quick list if I give immediate 15 days, 30 days, 2 months I will give. So that it will be easy to understand. You can give checkbox as well.
Okay.
There only one condition is there.
Yeah.
Yes or no.
Yeah.
Okay.
In filter condition, you can give only yes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now if you go there, same roll up field if you want to create. In filter criteria, records meeting certain criteria you have to give. Notice period equals to immediate. Click next and save. Shall we do that?
Okay.
Create one field. Where we have to create that field?
Candidate.
Quick list you have to select. What you want to count now? Immediate number of immediate joiners, right?
Yeah. No, actually, this is notice period, right?
Oh, sorry. I am thinking in advance. We have to live in the present. You see what is this global pick list? Any pick lists are not available. We have not added any global pick list here. You will see that
Yeah.
later. 15 days, 30 days, 45 days, 2 months. I am selecting. If you want to give always required, give it. Otherwise, make visible to all profiles, then click next. And save. Let us see what happens. Now notice period is there. Go to candidates. Now I want to edit Hemant. Notice period I want to edit. Immediate. Save. Vivek. Also immediate I will. Now where to apply roll up summary?
Positions.
View fields. New, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Number of
Immediate joiners.
Immediate joins.
Here, how many we will have maximum?
2,
Why?
because only 2 master detail we can create, and roll-up is also applicable only if we have master detail relationship.
Yes. Now I want to apply count.
Count.
Now all records I should not give, right?
Yeah,
Which field?
notice period
Notice period.
equals
Value?
Immediate.
immediate.
Which page layout?
Position layout.
Position.
Save. See? Now if you go to positions, which position? How many are immediate giants for Salesforce Architect? 1.
1.
How many applied for Salesforce Architect?
3.
We have applied only for Hemant or not for immediate.
Yeah,
If you go to Venkatafani now, I will edit. Now if I go to Salesforce Architect, how many positions I can see?
2.
Total number 3 applied. Immediate joiners are 2. So you understood everything, right? Now you can apply on maximum budget. Next one. Some you can apply. So now I have one question here. Can I apply roll-up summary between account and contact objects?
No.
Why?
Lookup relationship is there.
Account and opportunities. What relationship we have between?
no,
That is also lookup relationship.
Let us see. Which one is parent, which one is child?
Account is parent and opportunity is child.
Can you create a new field on standard object?
Yeah,
Yes.
Why it is giving like this? What is the reason? It allowed, right? We have
Yes.
selected roll-up summary, right?
Yes. Oh.
Now what it will show? Which object it will show? Which object it will show?
Account
contact
only.
opportunity.
Why contact? Account contains contact information. Why you want to summarize contact? What field you will summarize on contact? Let us think. Okay, we will summarize contact. What is there to summarize? What is there to group?
How many contacts are there for in account, one account?
Okay, let us see. We have that or not. What are there?
Opportunities, entitlement.
Why opportunities? Why opportunities? Opportunity means what? What is opportunity? Opportunity contains what?
Deals.
It contains bills. Bills will have quantity, price, total amount, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you need to calculate that amount or not?
Yes.
Yes.
As a business owner, shall I check for this account how much budget, how much he is purchasing or not? I need to collect it, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So that's why they have given this facility. Even though there is lookup relationship, they have given this facility. These three also we have.
Yeah, only 2 should be there, right? Why 3?
How many roll up you can create?
25.
25.
25.
Now Salesforce know for how many, for what kind of object they need to create. Because of that only they have given this, right? Now account is standard object, right? It is not custom object.
Yeah.
In the account object, between account and opportunity, there is lookup relationship. Even though there is a lookup relationship, they have given this facility because you need to calculate it, right?
Yes.
If you say I am fixed for this, what will happen? There should be some flexibility. Functionality, overall functionality is different. When there is a requirement, they have to do it, right? Opportunity field have bill related information. If you can't create a roll-up summary for opportunity between account and opportunity, then what client will say? We want it. Do it for us. Even Salesforce knows that, right? Opportunity, there should be, field should be summarized. That's why they have given this. If it is a custom object, on master detail relationship, you have to apply. Between two objects, you can apply. So now you think roll-up summary, you are applying on which object?
Parent object.
Master detail, you are applying on which object?
Child object.
Now, here how many possibilities are there? Think. When you are creating master detail relationship, child object allows only 2, right? You created first master detail relationship, you are creating second. But you are applying master detail relationship on child or parent?
Child object.
Child.
Here 25 possibilities are there. Is it right?
Yeah.
To create roll-ups, 25 possibilities are there. But whatever the object we can apply, those objects can be displayed here or not?
Yeah.
Are you clear? I mean, I
Yeah.
understood it internally.
Yes, got it.
I am clear about that.
I got it.
Got it.
Yeah, got it.
Just understand this, because creating roll-up summary is 1 minute work. It takes 30 seconds. But to understand the functionality behind it, it took 1 hour for us. Okay. Now I am creating an opportunities count. On what field?
Revenue.
We will see what is there. So many fields are available. We will create
Amount.
where is expected revenue.
Expected.
Equals we will give, or something we will give. Less than. 2 lakhs. I don't know it will take in that format or not. Let us see. Save. See, it is giving different layouts. This account object have these many layouts. What we have given? Total revenue, something we have given.
Yeah.
Expected revenue.
Expected revenue.
Where is that? I am not seeing that. Yeah.
Under the custom fields,
All
this is standard
total revenue.
total.
Go to where we have to check now.
Accounts.
Total revenue is 0, it is showing. We have given how much?
Less than 2 lakhs.
So if you give this figure related, then it will show result, right?
Yeah.
Now how to edit that?
View fields.
On which?
On total revenue.
Which field we have applied? Let us check.
Annual
Total.
revenue.
Annual revenue. Let us take this field and apply our condition so that we will understand. Where is that annual revenue? That field is not available.
But annual revenue is an account object, right? But we are summarizing on the opportunities object.
Yes, yes. Yes. We are expected revenue, we have to check an opportunity and we have to see greater than, give greater than and give something, so it will give result. Now check accounts. Check this. So what it did? How many are there more than 1 lakh for this? Only one.
Opportunity.
Now you can change sum. You can apply sum. When you check, when you click sum field, then it will show different options there, right? You are giving count. That's why it is showing different fields. Getting?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why it is behaving like this? Why functionality is like this? Now you are applying on a field. You are applying count. If you apply some other sum, it will change these fields, right?
Yeah.
Which field you want to
Expected revenue.
So it will count it right now.
Yeah.
So what it is showing now? You are going to apply this on, let us apply on all records, sum. See what happens. Go to accounts. Total revenue. On which field you have applied? Expected revenue, right?
Expected revenue in opportunity object.
So you check expected revenue in opportunity object. Go to opportunity and check for this account what is expected revenue. See, 2,35,000, right?
Yeah.
It is summing only for this expected revenue. It is aggregating. So we will do some assignments on this and we will come to tomorrow. We will understand how it is going to happen. Okay.
Okay.
Remaining part we will see tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay.